Hello everyone, I'm Nacho. I'm a co-founder of Flash Research. I'm a trader myself. You know that I use the tools that we provide on Flash Research on my daily basis, and I use them for gaining edge on my self trading. And today, on the day 3 of the Flash Week, I'm gonna be talking about the gap analysis tool. And the gap analysis tool, it's basically um, a tool that allows you to create, like, to make searches of certain parameters. You might think, like, let's say you want to know what does a stock on between $1 and $2 that had a pre-market volume of 1 million, and you want to know what happens on click live stream you have, okay, and you want to know what happens on the day that it goes up, and you want to know what it does on the pre-market, what it does on the session, like all the stats behind all of this. We do it on the gap analysis tool. So this tool provides a big picture view of a set of specific criteria to determine whether there is a measurable edge on the market. It's cool to have ideas, it's cool to think you have a good trading strategy, that you have experienced before, and blah blah blah. But nothing beats a statistical approach. So the best approach to attack the market, in our opinion, is the statistical, because you are relying on market generated information and you are relying on actual facts, actual things that happen. And as you know, guys, we are traders, we are a very statistical oriented professionals, and a tool like this helps us to formulate those kind of edges and advantages. And from there, when we make a study of all the ideas we have, we can transfer these insights to the backtesting tool to develop strategies with clearly defined entries, exits, and stop loss parameters. That it's like the next step after using this. For us, we like to check like the ideal setups, the ideal scenarios, and then with those, when we find those ideal criteria, we go into the backtesting tool to create real edge and real, like, actual strategies to attack the market on the day-to-day basis. What we'll focus on: identifying ideas with a clear market edge, to use the gap analysis tool to find patterns or behaviors that gives a distinct advantage, and validating ideas with the backtesting tool. Turn these ideas into profitable strategies by testing with historical data. So you might be asking how it works. Okay, so the gap analysis tool functions similar to the market sentiment tool, but allows for greater detailed customization. As we did previously with the last presentations, we are gonna go through the actual tool, and after I finish the presentation, the little presentation, we are testing it ourselves. And it's basically like something, you remember, guys, when we did the market sentiment tool a couple days ago, you saw there was a lot of insights, but they were really general, and the customization was lesser than on the gap analysis tool, because with the market sentiment, you want to know what's the market sentiment, you want to know the first snapshot of the market. So as for this tool, we are going a bit deeper. We are, like, not only seeing the surface, but we are going into all of the details and all the things that we think that they can give us edge. And you can test a lot of things, as we are going to see. Example: you suppose you've observed that stocks with a pre-market spike of over 500% often close red for the day. Instead of relying on intuition, you can validate this hypothesis with objective data, but setting up filters like these ones. In this case, we have a date range from 2022 first, a price over $1, a pre-market high gap of over 500%. That means that the pre-market high is set at a 500% minimum, and a pre-market volume of at least 1 million. For that, you can make a search, and the results reveal that over 80% of these stocks closed red on the day. This transforms your hypothesis into a data-backed fact, giving you the confidence to base your trading decision on solid evidence rather than assumptions. Remember that we believe as traders that assumptions are actually really dangerous, because you might think something, and because of you trading every day and going yourself into various executions day after day, you kind of you can miss the you can miss the actual point of, okay, is this really working? Is this uh, real on the market, on the real market? Is this edge going to last? Is this edge new? Is this edge has been working for over years? You can validate those kind of things using this tool. The key advantage, one of the most powerful features of the gap analysis tool is the ability to review individual charts for stocks that meet specific criteria. By studying these charts, you can uncover patterns and behaviors that lead to actionable insights. These insights, when paired with structured backtesting, can help you exploit a measurable market edge and build confidence with your trading strategies. What do you mean? I'm meaning here with charts. I'm talking about that every chart that you see on this tool, as we are going to see right now after we end this little presentation, every chart can help you formulate a thesis, because you can generate whatever chart you might think of, and you will see that. And not only statistical data charts, you can also see the actual charts of every gapper that you have within this list, and manually going over and over and over to see what kind of price action they have. Like, you can not only see statistical charts, but you can also see actual charts. Like, you can pull up a lot of setups of your. This is something that I do as a trader. When I see something strange or like something big on the pre-market or on the regular hours, the first thing I do actually is to look for similar criteria on my gap analysis tool and see the charts of past similar days. Using that information, it can help me formulate a better thesis, and I see if that pattern repeats a lot, and I see what happens. So yeah, it's really useful, as you are going to see right now. So we are coming straight to the gap analysis tool. As you see, is the one located here, and I prepared a little search for you to see. In this case, I selected a date range from 2023 1st of January. We are saying, like, we are looking for stocks that minimum gap did a gap value of 100% with a minimum price of 2, and let's say a maximum price of 10, for example. No, let's leave it 2, and that's it. With a pre-market volume of over 10 million, it's a lot, and a pre-market high fade of up to 50%. That means that the actual pre-market can maximum be at a 50% of the open. So this allows me to stay with the stocks, like to avoid seeing stocks that did a lot of fade before opening. So I can see more like setups that open close to the highs. Let's apply filters, and voila, you see, this is the first thing you see. First thing you see is this overview window. Here you will see display the number of gaps that it found with those searches, with those criteria. This is a quick snapshot of the statistics of them, both on the day 1, on the day 2. You can see both, like what happens the first day and the second day. You can see also all the stats with median and average. This is so cool for like outlining, like taking out of the equation the big outliers that distortionate a bit the statistics. You can come here to the gap day and see the actual chart, what it did. Like this is all all those 70 charts combined, and they create this on average. Remember that you can look at median. In this case, look at how this changes. That means there are some outliers within this search. So this is something that I look at. So if the difference is big like this is telling me something. Also, we can see the average close red. In this case, 70% of those 70 stocks close red on the day. You got here some got the average values more like visually, and day two also. We going down, we see the number of gaps by exchange. You can check out here that the biggest amount is on the Nasdaq. Number of gaps by country. You see it's now United States and China as the main ones. China having 8 gappers and United States having 48, and you have more on other countries. The number of gaps by company sector, basically sector, and the number of gaps by region. This is so cool because it like sums up on region and not only places, not only countries, sorry. So the Americas, Asia, and Europe. Number of gaps by history, by company industry. You got it here, and you can also choose the close direction. Remember, let's say you have certain, because of the price action you are seeing that day, you can kind of say on a very likely way that it's going to close green, or you believe that, so you can come here and see, okay, let me show me the stats of those that close green. You can check all of these for only the stocks that close green, and yeah, you can go both on everywhere. Like, you can see everything for the stocks that close green to find similarities. This is so useful for finding similarities. In my case, I like a lot to long stocks that move crazy, and this is something that I do periodically throughout the time. I like to filter out the stocks that close green and try to find similarities between them, and that gives me edge in some way because I know more deeply what I'm seeing, what I'm checking on that day. The same on the close green. Okay, we will let it like that, and we are moving now to the historical stats. This place, okay, Guillermo has 2 questions. Sorry. Nacho, first, in this case, out of curiosity, would a larger pre-market high fade to, let's say, 18% create much of difference result? And then, since there's such a big difference between the average and the median result, you can eliminate outlier from the results? Well, you cannot eliminate outlier from the result. That may be something that we can do on the future. Actually, like that feedback. I've never seen that feedback before. I see why you're asking this. I think if you Afghan, can you silence?
Yeah, yeah, I'm talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you talking?
Okay. Yeah. Well, I just started talking. Once you're done, I was gonna give my perspective on it. I think. So, can I give my perspective on it, or do you want to? I don't want to cut your chain of thought.
Okay, let me answer Guillermo, and then you go. Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
It's basically a good idea because you can. What you are suggesting is to take out some some specific stocks from a search. That could be that could be useful. For now, we cannot provide this feature, but we like that idea. In this case, what you can do is to filter. Like, you can come here. That, by the way, I'm going to come in a couple minutes when I cover historical stats and the buckets. and you can, for example, order by the highest spike. You can sort with this, and here you will see the highest one. You check the chart and it's like this, boom. Okay, so yeah, I hope that's covered. What is your thought, Masud?
I think it's a beautiful, beautiful guild. Guild. It's a beautiful feedback that to eliminate outliers is very useful and needed, and we have discussed it. And I think in some context, I have to double check, but I think I don't know if it's in gapless or somewhere you could delete it. But I think the one part I would push back on and being a devil advocate is to understand why, like, go through the spikes, go through why the outliers happen and why they happen and how you can eliminate it. Always understanding some things don't have to make sense. And when you come to data analysis, but 90% of the times things make sense and you should try to make sense out of it. So if you look at the data variables that Nacho put, and if you've been trading for a while, you could go back and be like, what can I do to make, like right now, when you do the median and average, there's a big difference. And what can I do in the variables to reduce those outliers? Because in real life, you will still have outliers and you'll take those bigger losses. So we can do a live quick test. I think if you were to reduce pre-market volume from 10 million to maybe 1 million, I have a feeling the median and the average will not deviate as much. Let's do that and see if that works.
Let's check it out. Median and average. Well, they deviate a little less, but still. For example, let's put a maximum volume, a maximum pre-market volume of 5 mil.
No, no. Don't put maximum because that's cheating. That's cheating. But put the minimum maybe at like 500K pre-market volume.
No, I think it's not cheating because we are not talking about volume. We're talking about pre-market volume.
Yeah, but I want to make a point here. Go to median and average.
No, same stuff.
So there's a bit of a difference from 10 million to 1 million. That happens. So why does that happen? Is in my like if we directly compare like a 1 million pre-market volume to 10 million, usually that ends up not often because in the morning they could use the morning liquidity to dump the warrants, ATM, and the rest of the day it doesn't have volume. But
We get
the reason is because it gets to the higher end.
look at
It's at the higher end.
look at how it changes when you switch from that search to 500k to 5 mil. It's going choppy, but it's going choppy really like similar to the average or the median. So yeah, this is the magic about this tool that you can have those ideas, but if you are only guessing, you might not know that the actual truth resides on the data. So you come here and you check those ideas to see if they match the reality of if you are missing something, and then you learn. You see, okay, this is not as I
Yeah,
thought, and you can constantly be like pulling nice information and nice things to add on your tool list. So
exactly. I think it's a tool that you need to learn from, you need to add from, and change variables so you can understand why the outliers happen and how to eliminate them.
in my case, I can say that I do this kind of test every day with a lot of filters. You know, there's here you have a lot of filters, and I like to be switching and be testing and be that. And I've taken a lot of edges for my own edge for my own trading. Sorry, throughout the months that I've been using this. So um, it is so unique for doing that task in a very easy way because before having flash research you had to make complicated Excel sheets, you had to make complicated Python solutions You had to break your head a lot to get those kind of results, and now you get those within minutes. You saw we filter out this within minutes. Well, not even minutes. We did in 5 seconds or so. So yeah, following on to the next tool of this amazing feature, you got the what we call historical stats. These are some like stats, but more split into months and into years, whatever you might prefer. The first window we see is the monthly summary. In this case, we selected 2024, but you see 2023 because we had the search from that year. We can switch to see the data, and we can also go on overall, and this is a summary of everything. Also, in this little window right here, you can customize the columns, and you can order it, and it will automatically go here. So you can customize this the way you want. This to prepare your sessions, to study the market. It's amazing because it allows you to do everything. Moreover, in this chart over here, over this right part of the screen, you are seeing a chart displaying the number of gaps split by month, but you also can, for example, see the volume split by month. You can see the low spike, you can see range, you can see all of this. That creates a different graph, and that graph it can serve you to analyze what you are wanting to analyze. Because remember, guys, we are traders. We are trading on a very complex system, a very complex market, and a lot of us might have different ideas, and different ideas might lead to different edges. So with this tool right here, you can extract a lot of charts and help formulate your thesis in a more precise way. This is amazing. You can be playing with this for all the day, and you will not feel like you've made something, because there's always more room to watch and see and learn from. Let me see the chat. Can I save the gap list as an Excel file? Not at the moment. We are not offering this option at the moment, but it's something that we see a lot, like people asking that, and we are thinking about implementing that. We have some things on the list right now. We are releasing this scanner right here in some days. I don't know. Well, today the market is closed, but in a couple of days we are, well, I don't know if a couple, we are going to release that scanner, and we have a couple more things, and then we could try to make Excel exports and stuff. This is something that you guys have been asking us for a while, and we are listening to you guys. So, more questions and conviction. Big boy, you are an OG of here, man. Thank you for coming every day. What mean or use have the graph on the first section that says 1 minute return or something like that? This is basically the return. It's basically the return on 5 minutes, like the average return on 15-minute candles, on 30-minute candles, 60-minute candles, and the overall return. It's basically that, like split by time. Friedman is typing. Will there be a halt scanner? We are not much into halt itself. We are going to look into it, okay? Not at the moment. Let me finish with this, and we go with the question, okay? We will stay a bit asking and like letting you ask, and we responding as you have been doing those days. So let me finish real quick this presentation, like this, to show at your this tool and say to you how I use it, and then we go with the questions. Okay, feel free to write.
Let them ask questions, and then we'll answer it after. Okay.
Exactly. So continuing with this, we see now the average change from open chart. This is basically the same chart that we saw first on the market sentiment. Take a look. It's this one. It's the classic flash research chart, and this chart is for your tailored search. Like you can target more and use more filters than on the market sentiment tools. Right? You can go very deep into your analysis with this one. You can also split data by year and show the pre-market data. So let's look at a more simple search so we can see more examples and you will see what I know, what I mean. Look at this beauty. And if you look, let me search for one more year. One more year. Only you to see that it splits on different colors and it makes it so appealing to see and so easy to see, easy to read, easy to analyze. You can also take some years out of the equation and see one. If you put the mouse over here, it highlights the year that you are looking. Moreover, you have this exact chart but combined without splitting by month, and you see in this case the evolution of 2023, 2024, and 2024, and 2022. As you see here, we got more momentum on 2023 for this search that we actually did, and a little less momentum on 2024. You can see also the pre-market chart to look for edges on pre-market and see how they tend to move on pre-market. This is the number of gaps split by year. We say increase year after year. I hope this trend continues. And look, this is more full of information now because we've done a better search, like a wider search. Overall, you see all those values. 24, like if you are analyzing your year, you may be comparing your stats that you pulled up from your executions and your losses, your P&L, and you can compare with this, with real market insights, like what have the market done, what have I seen, and yeah, this is the historical stats part of this tool. Another cool feature of this tool is the buckets section. The buckets are basically for knowing the probability of a red close depending on the gap value and depending on the price point. In this gap value, you will see it's only for starting from the 100% because that's how our search went. So you can, for example, say that on the range of 120 and 150% gaps, there were 68 gaps on that search, and 61.76% of those closed red on the day. And by here you can see that the best probability of them are between the 150 and 200% gap like area, gap range. And the same for the price. You can see where's the bigger probability of a red close. In this case, we see that it's on the range between $5 and $7.5 a share. This itself, for me, it's great because when I'm crafting when I'm looking to build a strategy and I come here and see those kind of setups that I have in mind, I can come here and narrow more down the scope with this information. This is clearly the best price for short selling in this list. So maybe the next search I do is gonna be targeting those kind of like those stocks between 5 and 7.5, and I'm forgetting maybe about the $3/$4 price points. I'm forgetting about them because they have a less probability of closing red. So yeah, this tool by own is so helpful. And not only to mention that you can also you can make custom searches, custom buckets. In this case, I'm going to show you a preset that I have saved, in this case for sub dollars. Apply, and you will see these sub dollar marks. And in this case, it's gonna be better if I delete this filter, and you will see more information. You see here less than 10 cents, from 10 cents to 20 cents, and so on to the dollar. You see that the best probability of a red close is from 70 cents to 80 cents. That information is a bunch, like it's a lot. For me, it's so helpful, and I now, if I am looking for new edges, new strategies, I cannot live without the bucket section of the gap analysis tool. This tool right here is amazing. And let's continue to the gap list. The gap list is basically what we showed before. Well, this one is a rare misprint. This is the gap list is where we are going to come to check all those charts one by one, to see the price action and analyze with a more discretionary point of view what happened and what we can expect. We can sort that list among like high spike, low spike, return, whatever we want, and we also can add more and or delete some to match our needs. In this case, for example, let's say I want for example to sort by pre-market high gap. I put it right here, it appears here, and boom, I have it. Gap value, okay, show me the best, like the most epic gap values. Pre-market volume, show me the highest pre-market volume. In this case, 187 million volume. Okay, what happened this day? Boom, I have it. Quick, easy. High spike, show me the highest high spike. Boom, I got here the list of the highest spikers of this list. I can see every chart. Boom, I got the chart. It's easy, it's fast, it's concise. You don't have to spend hours on spreadsheets and stuff, and you can get some time and like analyze those charts by own, and then go to the next tool that is going to be the backtesting tool, which we are going to cover tomorrow, to build your actual edge. But for searching the ideal parameters, this is the best thing you can have. You have everything, literally everything. So guys, there's some questions. I like to see what you think about it. I like to see if you found it useful. Feel free to ask on the general chat. The gap tool is only for small cap. I tried Tesla once and found no information. Well, it's focused more on small caps, because the small caps are the stocks that make the most gappers. But if you search Tesla, okay, yeah, you see there's no gappers because they are no gappers. You do see information, but
you can
not the gappers.
no, you can adjust it. So
sorry.
we can answer one by one.
Sorry.
What does it mean to? No, it's all good, bro. So yeah, you could change that. Put it into 5%.
There are 48 gaps actually, because but they are like less percentage than we tend to see on small cap land. So yeah, you can absolutely.
Not true. You can put 5%. It does relatively the same thing, but all big caps don't jump up like 20%. It's
yeah,
not
I know. I was missing that point.
Yeah.
I'm so used to small caps.
So just so you guys know, what we believe as a group is we like to find something we're good at and excel the living shit out of it. So we are working closely with guys that are who we consider super successful, and we want to perfect the small cap realm, but there's no question in our mind we are gonna move towards big cap. And we already know multiple guys that make 8 figures and plus. So we're gonna work closely with them. I know all the variables that's needed. Once we're done with the scanner, adding these variables is just a very basic 101. ADR, pivot levels, and things like that. But for now, if you want to see the stat in the ticker analysis, like Nacho said, just you go down, adjust it. You want to either adjust at 2%, 3%, and you can take a look at how they fade, what they fade, and you can see if you put 5% or 2, you can see day 2 on a gap. Nacho, put it on 5%. The is it 5% right now?
No, 5%. Now it's 5. No, it's 5%.
The
All,
minimum gap value?
all of them are above 5% because we import the gaps above 5%. I was missing that point. Yeah, because it's designed basically for small gaps.
Perfect.
A
Okay.
5% gap on small
Okay,
gaps
gotcha.
is nothing. So yeah.
Yes, gotcha.
Uh,
Yeah, exactly. So now if you look at the edge, if you want to take a look at big cap, if something gaps up 48%, it doesn't close red, but 56% it closes red. So in a big cap realm, that's actually a very neat edge. You can go up, take a look at average price action, and you will see that it has a really sexy fade. Uh, Click on day two, Nacho.
day two. Yes, sir. Very sexy fade.
Yeah, as you guys can see, very sexy fade. And if you guys ever run into liquidity issues in small cap, you will realize making, like, let's say on, there's many traders we know that make like 900, 1,500, 3,000% in a year. But in a big cap, if you make even 15%, 30, 80%, that's crazy unheard of because there's no liquidity issue. So this even though it looks very small and minor, 58% of the times that it fades, this is a really neat edge that you can get. So this is very sexy because you can put big amount of risk and you could see on average just how it fades. So yeah,
Exactly.
let's go up, Nacho, and answer some of the questions that I think we skipped some.
Mm-mm.
Gap list Excel sheet you answered. What does it mean to have four graphs in the first section? That's a 1 minute, 3 minute return.
Yeah, I already replied to that one.
Okay.
Can you repeat that, Afghan? Tesla.
The edge, basically in a big cap, not having liquidity issues is very, very powerful. So even as we're very used to seeing things that work 70% of the times. In a big cap, even if something works consistently at 55%, 58% is a very, very big edge. So when you saw Tesla, day one, it continues, but day two, 58% of the time it closes red, and that average price action, you can short off the open and hold into it. That's a very, very sexy edge that you can risk like $1 million, no problem, and make sense. Um, so for the four graphs, can you answer that one more time, please, for him?
Okay, basically the
You're muted
four.
if you're talking, Nacho.
Okay, yeah, I was muted. You hear me well, right?
Can you answer his question, the four graphs in the first section,
Yeah, those
please?
graphs. I think you referred to those, right? Like the 1 minute, 5 minute returns.
Yeah, that's what I think they are.
Yeah,
That's what he was talking about, right?
this basically the average 15-minute return, like on average a 15-minute candles closes at, in this case, minus 1.89%, and the same for all the time frames. Yeah.
Does that answer your question, Unicorn? Or did we get it? Did we get your question right? I want to make sure. Yes. Okay. Awesome. We want to make sure everyone's questions are answered. We don't skip anything. The next one was, will there be a halt scanner? Yeah, we're gonna add that after. The gap tool is only for small cap Tesla. We answered that. Did you send some emails on the weekend? I like your statistic analysis, Nacho. Vitaly.
Yeah,
We did.
we did send some emails. we send some really really high value emails, in my opinion. Um, yeah, you have to stay there to receive value because we are giving weekly value. We are covering a lot of things that happen on the real market. We are going through cases. We are making a lot of good stuff on the email, on our emails we send. We believe a lot in not being like always selling and yeah, get my product and get this. And, yeah, no, we like to provide value. We like to provide you guys with good insights so you can make like take the most of our software and of our like baggage on the market. Any other
On a
question?
personal note, Nacho, who makes these strategies? Is it you or Fernando?
Me and Fernando, we both like to sit for hours in front of flash research and start like crafting edge.
The
Yeah,
strategies.
we love to do it.
Okay, nice, nice.
We do it daily almost. We love it. We spend a lot of hours using flash research actually. A lot of hours. There's endless possibilities here.
I would
By the way, you're seeing my
maybe we need to.
screen. I don't know if the stream cut out.
It's frozen, I think.
Okay.
Right now, I see Tesla. Are you on Tesla right now in your
No.
screen?
1 second.
Okay.
Going back.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I fixed it. Oh yes, I was
So
in this
yeah,
spam medallic. You should do a blog or a channel in the Discord with your analysis. Very good. Oh, thank you, man.
I think I was thinking that too.
That's great, man.
Nacho, I think for the all the value add email, we should have an email list with like value add. That'd be
Yeah.
really cool. Have a channel. Yeah, smart. Another thing maybe we need to talk about in private, Nacho. I would love when we get into the big cap realm to do like a, statistical person of the month or trader of the month for finding big cap edges. Because big cap edges, there's no liquidity issue. And the more people are open and sharing, it will really build a community
Edge erosion
and we
doesn't
can
exist
reward
there.
people.
If
Say that again.
I mean that edge erosion doesn't exist even like there are no literally no issues with edge.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, there's no, I don't believe edge erosion. It just moves from A to B. And I have a, this is my strong opinion on it. Uh, but even though, some people are very private with what they're thinking and their liquidity issues, blah, blah, blah. But big cap, nobody has issues with if we find strategies on big cap. So I don't know if you guys are listening, if you want us to do something like that, we can have an internal talk, me, Nacho, Fernando, that our goal in our team, I believe we want to build a community where you guys are communicating with each other, vibrant and very open sharing. The small cap community, I think, has a bit of privacy issue, whether we believe it or not. I don't believe. I believe edge and small cap moves. I don't think it erodes because gap and crap is how small cap companies get their financing. So it is not gonna just fade away. If you find a strategy, it's not gonna. It might change. Like if everybody's using like a 22% stop, even then it wouldn't like open print. It may change. But yeah, let us know also while you're here. Ask questions and let us know what we can do to help you guys interact and mingle with each other more often. I think we are trying our best to create that environment where you guys feel comfortable and good and your trading is improving. We believe your trading will improve when you interact with one another because you guys are not the average Joe Schmo. The average Joe Schmo has loses their bank in 3 months. 95% of people fail. That's the truth of it. No matter if it's our platform, chat room, whatever the heck it is. But the guys that are focused on statistical analysis, that means you've been around the block for a little bit. You guys are all kind of golden. You guys have been through the funnel. You've been around and you're like, hey, this is not so easy. So let me see. I've taken enough losses. Let me look into statistics. So tell us what do we need to do to facilitate to help you guys mingle more?
This is actually the reason that I believe it's helping us the most to grow, and that's why I believe Flash Research is so well known. And it's because we are constantly hearing your advice. We are constantly like taking your advice and working on it, and then releasing new features and new things to the platform that people is asking. So we believe people like in a whole, we are not as intelligent as the community. So having a lot of feedback and a lot of ideas from you guys creates the best, what I think to be the best that data analysis tool platform of the market, and it's because of you, because you are helping us constantly. We even have a section in
Yes.
our Discord room that it's called feature request, where people are like people is free to write down their ideas, and when we see something repeating, we pick it up and we work on that. And we have done a lot of great updates. For example, this one here, the close direction, that was not here in Flash Research. We implemented because you guys were asking it for it. So boom, here it is. And more with other things like when we go tomorrow on the backtesting tool, there's you're gonna see a lot of things that came from you guys actually. Like our backtesting tool was pretty easy, like pretty easy, sorry, pretty simple. And when we released it to the public, I mean you, helped us to craft it, and now it's a killer feature that has a lot of things. So yeah, the product is always evolving because of you. And conviction is typing.
Yeah.
What are the best short sellers that use statistics or flash research in your opinion to get inspiration in what criteria to look and to start playing with the gap list, etc.? I think that
I
question
want to add.
is for you,
I want.
Masud.
Yeah. So I think another thing that I want to add to what Nacho said previously, we are listening to your guys' feedback, but also know on the back end, we have about a year ago, a year and a half ago, we have chat with maybe 8 to 12 to 15 traders, most of them whom are 7 figure, 8 figure traders. Some of them, like, they're not on Twitter realm, but I know for a fact they have made, they're purely small cap short sellers. Multiple of them have made 7 figures in a couple of months. In the past 3 4 months, they've made, one guy made 2 mil, the other is maybe like 1.5. So we're listening to the public feature, and also we have, without making it sound bad, but I want to be open and transparent, just so you guys know the quality of things that we're working on. It's general public, but at the same time, there is, because ideally we want to create a tool that the professionals, exactly like under conviction, what you asked, they are looking at things differently. So a lot of things, the back testing has become useful, and it will continue to become useful, is because we are using our connections and friendships to have one-on-one conversations in inboxes. So they give us like, hey, I need this. So what they get in return is they're getting something that's helping them perform better, and they don't mention it out in public for whatever reason. We don't care. But we have multiple prop firms. We have multiple guys from different prop firms. We have 4 5 6 famous Twitter people that constantly post their P&L. Out of respect, we're not going to mention their name. But I can tell you, vast anybody, I would say 70 to 80% of 7 figure traders, probably closer to like 90%, I think, have touched flash researched. From Maya, Short Bear, Michael Good, JJ, Amp, B Mort, Dilution Tracker, Ask Edgar, everybody has touched it. And everybody has liked it or given us a feedback one way or the other that we have utilized it. And you know, to be a bit further, yes, I understand that it brings a stamp of approval that other people are using it. But at the end of the day, if you're able to find a strategy with the tools, with the variables that you're able to make money consistently, then it's like a useful product. So for motivation purposes, I guess I answered that. What are the best short sellers that use statistical flash research? I well, I can't say they mentioned it because if somebody's not getting paid, it's not right for us to mention that they use it on daily basis, active basis. But a lot of the guys in my prop firm that I know make multiple seven figures. Two of them have one of them has crossed like 3.5 million from January till now, and the other one's crossed 2 million, 2.5, and the other one. All of them use Flash Research, and we do Sunday recaps and things like that, and they benefit from it. And outside of those guys, there are other people, famous people that I don't want to mention name out of respect, but they use it. Nacho has to go. Nacho, no problem, brother. I will answer any other questions that's lurking.
Okay, guys, I will
No
let you
problem.
on great hands. I will let you with Masood, but it's our partner. He's so good, as you know. He's a big trader, big experienced trader. So he's gonna answer all your questions. Thank you again for staying here, and I hope Masood can answer all the questions you have. Thank you, guys. Masood, I will let you share your screen if you want.
Yeah, I'm sharing it right now.
Thank you, and bye bye, guys. I hope you have a really good chat with Masood. Bye bye.